Hi, I'm currently doing Paul McWhorter's Pico W lessons, and we're up to lesson number 31. And in lesson 31's chat I mentioned that I was going to be making a video because I'd found out how to do something. So here's the video for this, and I'd appreciate any comments or likes or donations of money or anything. No kidding. Apart, because it's nice to know whether people think it's a good idea or whether they think it's stupid. But what I don't want is comments about the quality of the video or the quality of the audio, because I already know it isn't very good. So I'll start off by showing you a program that I wrote that comes in quite useful. I would actually be storing this in main.py on my Pico, so it means that when you plug in your Pico, it will connect to the Wi-Fi automatically. Now what I've got here is I've got a list of not all, of some SSIDs and passwords, and I've got absolutely masses. I mean, I've got about 9 different Wi-Fi networks, whether they're my mobile one to take on holiday, or my outside one, or one that runs from the mobile phone network, because we've got no signal here. No, we've got no signal here. We do in the bungalow, which is what the bungalow one is. And then I've got VPS. Anyway, I digress. So I thought it would be good to just have a list of all my Wi-Fi SSDs and passwords, and then the program can just go through and find the first one it likes. Obviously my passwords aren't right, or they don't exist, or whatever, but they need to be in a list rather than a dictionary, which means that you put the one that you want it to connect to first. So if you put VPN 24x, if it doesn't find it, it would carry on looking. But if it did find it, it would try and connect, and if it couldn't connect, it would just do and just hang there. But that's how I wrote the program. It isn't. It could be changed, so if it wasn't connecting within a certain length of time, it would then drop down and try the next one. Now, what I've done is I've done a scan of all the networks available, and then I will go through the list and say, is that network actually available? If it isn't, I go to the next one. If it is, I try to connect. We'll try running this. Right, it says I've got 4 available networks at the moment, and as you can see, VPN 24x wasn't in them, so it wasn't detected. Mailbox with 2 X's wasn't detected. Bungalow not detected. So it just drops at the bottom of the program and says nothing in the list was detected, which is what I wanted it to do. Now if I change say I change mailbox X, take off the X, it says VPN 24 not detected, and it's trying to connect to mailbox. I'll stop that because we don't want to see any more of that old rubbish. And that is why you could guess that as it says not password, it ain't the password. So that's another failure. So if we change VPN 24, now this is kind of downstairs through several stone walls and everything, so sometimes it connects, sometimes it doesn't, so we'll try it. Hello? Are you doing anything? Yeah. Right, available networks, and it's detected that no, it does not want to do it, so we'll stop it. Try it again, sometimes it will. Aha! It connected to VPN 24. So that works. Anything more that I can say about this? No, not really. Apart from, what I will do with this program is I will, on any Pico W, I will save it on the Pico W as main.py, so it will just try and find a network and connect. So then it's ready to go without any intervention. I think that's enough to be said for that. Oh, apart from, I have made a program and videos on how you can encode your password using your MAC address and then decode it on your Pico W, so that anyone getting hold of your Pico W can't actually tell your Wi-Fi details. And I also showed how to compile the Python file and put it on your Pico W. So you could combine all of this with that. But enough of that. Now, when I was looking into MPY files, as in compiling files, I was doing a search on what programs I could install, and as opposed to MPY, I got AMPY come up, and I thought that's quite interesting, so I looked at it. And what it is it's a program that runs on Windows, Mac, your Raspberry Pi, and it means that you can access your Pico W via the command line, which is quite good if you want to do major moving around files, or oh, I don't know, maybe setting up jobs or whatever. Anyway, I will just show you this. I mean, there are other programs available that will do this, like there's what other ones? Oh, there's Minicom, but that's Mac only, so I haven't tried that. And there's R Shell, and there's MPF Shell. But the trouble with those is the R Shell and MPF Shell, I think, only run on Windows. They might run on Raspberry Pi, but the Minicom only runs on the Mac. So even though this might not be the best one in the world, it runs on all three things. And I can't remember how to, if I'm having to change from Minicom to R Shell to whatever, I forget how to do it. So what you do is you just go pip3, might not be pip3 for you. This is written by Adafruit. .ampy, like that. Right, requirement already satisfied. That's because I've already installed it. So if you just go AMPY, it actually gives you the help. So it tells you it's control MicroPython boards over a serious connection. You can manipulate files and even run scripts, and then it gives you the options. So if you want to connect to your Pico W, you need to know what the port is. Now the easiest way to find out your port is to go into Thonny, and if you connect to it, there it is, COM5. So think, right, I'll just use COM5. But you can only have one thing connected to COM5. So if you're going to be running AMPY, you need to close Thonny. Thonny, not Phonny. Right, so if you go AMPY P COM5. Oh, we'll start off with an easy one, LS. What did that do? Must have typed that wrong. AMPY. No, wasn't P, it was port. Right. Yeah, that's okay. That is telling me what's on my Raspberry Pico. And from here, of course, you can always, if you just go LS, you can see what's in your current directory on the PC, which is useful. Right, so we'll have a look at what other options there are. Get, retrieve a file from the board. What do we have on there? Up here, lesson9.py. So if we go AMPY port COM5, then you can go get lesson.py. I'm sure that was lesson.py. LS. Lesson9.py. Silly me. Right, lesson9.py. Now with get, if you only say one file name, like that, you just get it, all it does is it prints it out, which is handy. But if you go, if you put another file name, if you go get test2.py, it will save it to your PC as get test.py. So if we go dir get test2.py. Wonderful, saved it to your PC. What else can we do? Make directory. mkdir test dir 2. Well, it seems to have done something. Right, there we have test dir 2. That's good. What else can we do? Put. Right. We can go. Put lesson9.py. Oh no, we didn't have. We copied it over as get test2. So if we put it, we can put it just without a name. And then if we go ls, there it is, it's put there without a name. And if you put another name there, as in demo put.py, it puts it there. It puts the get test2 on your Pico as put, demo put. What else can we do? Right, so we've done a put. You can put a folder if you wish. You can remove you can put something into the lib. So if we go put get test2 into lib like that, if we do an ls, it was already there, but if you do an ls/lib, it's in the lib as well. Right. What else can you do? Or you can remove a file. So we'll try that. We don't really want that one there. See whether it will go. Remove. lib. Right, there it is gone. And I've got a rubbish directory, so you can even remove directory rubbish lib. No, not rubbish lib, rubbish dir. What did I do? No, stupid woman. Had to do it from here. Right. Remove rubbish dir. Now if you do an ls, it's removed it. Now retrieve, we've done that, we've done that, we've done that, we've done that. Oh, one thing, if you remove a directory, it removes everything within the directory without warning you. So we've only got reset and run. Now unfortunately Adafruit, because they want to get everyone to use CircuitPython and buy their products and everything, have made it so that I think originally it worked, but now reset and run don't work unless you're using CircuitPython. And as long as you realise that, that's okay. But I think this is quite a useful little tool for doing various things. But it isn't exactly what I wanted. I wanted to be able to get more control over my Raspberry Pi Pico. Right, we'll get rid of that. We'll go back into Thonny, which I have to open again because it was closed up. Now, there, if you go, well no, I'll just say there's a thing called WebREPL that I heard about, and WebREPL will contact things in your network. I don't know if it will do it when they aren't actually in your network, but anyway, it will go in and access whatever devices on your network. I don't know what they will do. But first of all, what you need to do is you need to manage packages, tools manage packages, and install it. WebREPL. Always helps if you spell it right, but it realised that I had a typo. Now, oh, I didn't get my normal results, so I will spell it right this time. Okie dokie. Now, there's WebREPL, and then there's iWebREPL, which is a client to handle MicroPython WebREPL interactively. I haven't tried that one yet because you have to learn how to walk before you can swim. So we'll click on WebREPL and install. close. Now we go back to the shell and we just import web REPL, and then we need to import web REPL setup. Comes up with an error. Well, I haven't done anything to it. Don't know why that's happened. So I had a dig around in web REPL setup, and I realised that it was actually, even though it didn't tell you, and it would have been nice if that error message had told you, that you actually need to have a file on your Pico. It can be an empty file that is called boot.py in the main bit, not in your lib. Right? So now we'll try running that again. Whoops. No. Probably I needed to have started again because it had upset itself. Import web REPL. Yep. Import web REPL setup. Aha! Something's working. Auto start status disabled. Would you like to enable or disable and running on boot? Well, I reckon enable, because there's no point in having it. You need to set a password for it. So I will put the password as demo pass and confirm the password as demo pass. Would you like to reboot now? Yes. Right, it started web REPL in normal mode. I don't know what that means, normal mode. I think it's because it's actually connected to the serial port. So we won't worry about that. Now, what we do is we disconnect my... no, we don't. Before we do that, we want to go into Configure Interpreter and go down to Port or Web REPL, and you go into Web REPL, and then I happen to know, although I don't think it will be connected at the moment, I'll just check, and then go on to my router page. No, it isn't connected. So perhaps, I'm not sure whether you need to connect, but if I run this connect to Wi-Fi, not the demo, the actual connect to Wi-Fi, which I don't want to show you my password. Right, it's connected. I'm not sure whether that step was necessary. So if we go back into here, there we have Pico W Server 2, but who knows whether that was necessary. You go back down here and you configure interpreter, you go down here and you go to web REPL, and it was 192.168.129, that's right, but I need to put in the password and go OK. Right, that's good. Web REPL connected, and that means that it's using web REPL, not the COM5. So if we go in here and we do open, we look on the Raspberry Pi. No, we cancel actually. We get rid of that empty boot file. So if we see what web REPL has done in order to set it up, open Raspberry Pi Pico. It takes a while because it's actually going through Wi-Fi, not through the serial port. If we look at boot.py, that has changed. it's put in import WebREPL and WebREPL start, which is good. And then if we look on here, open the Raspberry Pi Pico, there's a config file which just says pass equals demo pass. So the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So what we do is I will take my Connect to Wi-Fi program and I will save as Raspberry Pi Pico. There's no main.py, main.py. Whoops, that wasn't a dot. That would have made it go very strange. Main.py. Okay. Everything seems fine. Now, what we do is we disconnect from the computer. We plug my Pico W into a battery and we wait a bit, and then we go into we just go into local Python to reset everything to make sure nothing's still working, and we go into the connected devices to see whether it is still connected. If it isn't, I'll have to plug it in again. Right, Pico Server 2. Right. Go back into Thonny, and there we have MicroPython 129. I don't know whether that has the right password. We'll try that. And it's connected. Does it say? I think you have to wait for the prompts to come back. Is it going to do anything? Yep, the prompts have come back. Right, so this means Thonny is connected wirelessly to my Pico W. So we'll try and prove that, shall we? Open Raspberry Pi Pico. It takes a while because it's doing it wirelessly. There we have it. And you can do anything that you want that you would normally do via the serial cable. Now, I think this is pretty splendiferous, and I hope that if you think so, you'll say so, and you give me lots of likes, because I like likes, and that's my program. That's my video. Have I forgotten anything? Oh, yes, I have forgotten something. Now, as most of you probably know, you can't connect to Pico Ws at the same time. You know, you can't have like your COM3 and your COM4 connected serially. But what you can do is you can connect one Pico W through the WebREPL, and you can connect to another one through the serial cable. We'll just see whether that works. Although this will throw up an error because this one is trying to use WebREPL. So I think it will throw up an error and then connect through the serial cable. We'll just see. If it goes wrong, I'm just stopping the video. Right, this is COM6. Wait, worked. We'll do an open to see what's on there. That's wrong. That isn't the same as the other one. So it means we are able to connect to the one through that USB cable, and then we'll go back. Oh no, silly me, I'm not proving anything. I need to open up another instance of Thonny. In fact, I can have one instance that's local, and then that one is on the serial, and then I can open up another instance that is via web REPL. Right, I think that is because my battery turned itself off. So we'll go and see if it's up and running. Kind of says it's there. We'll try again. Which one was it? That one. Stop. I think maybe the password had got lost. Try that. Yes, it's because I needed to put in the password. So it's connected. So here you have 3 instances of Thonny. One is connected to the local PC, one is connected to the via the serial cable, and one is connected via REPL. Now that is pretty neat, and I hope everyone likes it. That's my video. That didn't stop it, that went into stupid